Yo, what's up? Thanks for checking out the channel. And I'm starting something a little bit new. So, I have started a series which I am currently naming the Audio Cast. And so, basically, what I'm doing is, along with tech reviews, device reviews, as well as app and software tutorials and reviews as well, I'm still going to keep that piece of the channel, which I love. It's something that I'm able to dive really deep into, and I love the experience of learning a new app and trying to figure out different ways for how it can fit into my life and your lives and things like that. So I love that side of it. However, this idea has been building for a little while where I've just wanted to start a podcast in a way, some type of audio session to allow me to really kind of document my journey for learning through my side hustle that I'm starting, which is this. And this podcast is a piece of that, obviously. So this is an intro to what this is. So this is the intro to my audio cast. I'm excited about it. I'm really pumped. Last night I did a test run of how this was and really kind of did some figuring. I figured out a lot about how I really want this to be and kind of defined what this is. So I'll tell you what it is. If you're interested in this is going to be an audio series. I wrote it down. An audio series sharing thoughts on tech enthusiasm, self-improvement, and different life fads. I know life hacks and things like that are pretty popular right now, but as I discovered yesterday with a quick synonym search, fad just seems like it's a word that's ready to pop. So I'm really excited about that word. I'm going to try to be really real and authentic with this. One of the reasons I wanted to start this is, first of all, this whole journey of me wanting to do this kind of got started a couple years ago. So it's taken a little while to get going. But Gary Vee, if you've never checked him out before, he is an entrepreneur, great motivational speaker, and a great motivator for a lot of different things, especially starting some type of a business or creating basically a good life for yourself based off what you want to do. So without rambling too much, check him out. He's cool. But he talked a lot about documenting your journey, and this coincides with that a little bit because I'm on this self-improvement and side hustle and trying to grow and learn and be more productive, and also trying to create something. So anyway, big picture, what the purpose of this is to really, it's definitely still a tech type channel. So I'm a huge tech enthusiast. We'll be talking about different devices, different services, apps, things like that. A lot of cool stuff coming out. That's fun to check out, and I love talking about it. I geek out really hard on it. So, this will be a place for me to kind of document my journey as far as like different things that I learn, how to be more productive, how to work better, focus more, how I feel about, the buzz thing right now is the life work balance, having some type of a balance in your life. Also a place to share ideas, talk through different parts of life and hacks and fads, successes, failures, and to improve just overall. And then also, like I mentioned, I'm reading this. It's kind of screwing me up, but a place to talk about tech and some cool stuff coming out and why that's cool, how we can utilize it. Something I've been a little obsessed with lately is creating more than consuming. And so this goes along with that type of thing, and I'm excited about it. So I'm really pumped. So you may be wondering why this video quality is kind of crazy, and there's a reason for that. So I'm recording off of my laptop right now. It's a Surface Book 2, which I love. It's awesome. If you guys are looking for a laptop, I'll be talking about some devices that I'm in love with right now. One of them is this Surface Book, and when I thought about doing this, I wanted to do something where it was really easy, pretty raw, and a, a place that made it really simple for me to come down, just kind of do a quick rant and talk about some different topics that I'll be throwing out. And a thought hit me, depending on the audience, who knows, but back in like the late 2000s, like, I don't know, I graduated in 2005, so 2007 to 2012, like the laptop was kind of like a big commodity. Everyone started getting their MacBooks and laptops and like really consuming or creating a ton on those. And so, people sitting in the hall watching movies on the laptops, and that whole phase kind of hit, and people starting to type up papers and all that kind of stuff. Like, that was just kind of a cool time. So I want to kind of throw it back to that a little bit, where I'm utilizing this piece of equipment rather than like holding up a selfie phone. Plus, I feel it's a little bit more natural. It feels kind of nice not to have to hold your arm out and take a video. So for what it's worth, that's my reason. It's fine. Plus, it'll separate me a little bit with the crappier quality. So I think that'll be nice. Hopefully the content is worthy or more valuable than the video quality. So anyway, on to the next thing. What else did I want to say? I guess I want to talk a little bit about the inspiration for doing this. Like, I remember the first thing is like, I remember my first laptop and my computer, even when I was a kid, and just like trying to like dive into it really hard to like kind of understand what it could really do for me. Like, I remember Windows XP and diving really hard into Media Player, where it used to let you edit all the songs that you ripped onto your computer and everything, right? That was like a huge thing. And I remember just like really diving hard into that program and like updating the year the album came out. The album artwork had like, I remember when Media Player got an update where you could update all the album artwork and it automatically put all the tracks in there and stuff like that. Like, I was like blowing my mind. Some of them wouldn't pick up, so you'd have to try to go help it a little bit. Anyway, so I just remember diving really hard into like the computer side of things and trying to understand like, what does this really do for me? I'll give you another quick little tech nugget. There was this service that Microsoft launched called Mesh, and it was a way where you could sync files. So you'd choose a folder that would be included in Mesh. I wonder if anyone even knows what I'm talking about. But that folder then would sync across all of your devices. So I think at the time I had like a laptop and a desktop, and I really wanted to make sure like my documents folder synced on both of them. It got a little messy, but it was cool. It was kind of fun to like understand how that worked and how it could benefit me in my life. And it was handy for a few instances till they discontinued it. But now we got OneDrive and it's killing it, so that's awesome. Anyway, but another reason that I wanted to kind of start this type of a channel to begin with, and that includes the tech reviews and the tutorials for how to use different apps and things like that, and just kind of dive in really deep into how those work, is Microsoft, when they brought out the Surface line. I know it's a long time ago. It's definitely gotten so much better than the first releases. It's kind of funny to look back at those. But even more so now than ever, I feel like Microsoft, Apple too, and Google, like they're all really trying in a way to empower people to use these devices to do something, like to create something, to go run on something, to whatever. It's like honestly, it's kind of crazy and cool how I can be down here in my basement, my unfinished basement, and create a podcast and upload it to the internet for millions of people to see and create different opportunities for myself. That's kind of a cool thing. So I dig that. I like that idea. I also wanted this specific series, this audio cast type series, to be a pretty unique forum for sharing different ideas about self-improvement. Like I already mentioned, life ads. I'm into lots of different things besides tech too, which is kind of fun to talk about. Like, I don't know, those new Quip toothbrushes are kind of dope, so that'd be kind of fun to talk about. There's also like, I'm a fan of shoes, So it'd be kind of cool to talk about some kicks and, different things like that are just kind of fun to talk about and dive into a little bit deeper. So yeah, I think it's cool, like books to share. I really want to try to create a place where people can get some different ideas to start kind of curating their own list of sources to find motivation and inspiration and growth opportunities to learn more, and then also utilize certain things to help them, excel and progress through their life. So I think that's cool. So anyways, I think that really wraps everything up as far as like what I wanted to do with the intro. So seriously, I'm like really jacked about this. I'm super excited. If you are interested in this, definitely subscribe. I'll be committing to release at least one episode a week, and depending on how things go, and I mean, one listener is one listener. I don't know who you're gonna be, but I hope you enjoy this, and I'm really pumped about it. We'll definitely I have plans to obviously invite some guests to talk about different things and different areas of expertise and all that kind of stuff without getting too crazy. And listen, like I have a lot of ideas and thoughts, and I do definitely do some research on books that I read and people that I follow and different ideas that are kind of floating around, whatever. I like at the beginning of this, I mentioned Gary Vee, so I'll talk about him, and I don't think a lot of my ideas are unique. I definitely have my own spin on it, and it'll just be kind of fun to share that kind of stuff with you guys and get feedback and get, comments, and we can share a lot of different stuff. So anyway, I think it'll be a cool thing. It's a cool forum. YouTube's cool. We can create this, and then also I'll be releasing an audio version for a podcast. If you want to subscribe to that, that'll be dope. And I'm jacked, man. So this will be cool. Again, this is Trevor. Thanks for checking this out. New series. Unofficially, I'm calling it Audiocast or Audio Forum. I just barely came up with that one. I should probably write that in. Audio Forum. That's kind of techy, right? Remember the forums? That was dope. So we'll see what this is going to be released under. I have no idea. But unofficially starting this podcast and this docu-series, whatever you want to call it, I'm really jacked about it. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. For more tech reviews and for app tutorials, things like that, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel for that stuff as well as this series. And I'll be a lot more diligent about releasing some things. I have some really cool ideas and some plans coming out for some new app tutorials and reviews, and I'm jacked about all the new releases for different devices that came out from Apple, Google, Microsoft, especially. Kind of a Microsoft fanboy. However, I do respect and like the other stuff as well. I do have an iPhone by what's the word I'm trying to look for? I do have an iPhone. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, thanks again, and catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. I'm out. I don't think that was too bad.